Hello, guys, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Gaming and Esports with Srini. Yep, it's not Gaming and Esports Sundays with Srini, it's just Gaming and Esports with Srini, and there's a reason why I'm calling it that. But yeah, first of all, I need to apologize. I have been gone for quite a while now. It's been a bit that I launched my last episode. That was with Manoj Kashyap, VLT Sentinel of Velocity Gaming. Hope you guys enjoyed that podcast, listening to him talk about his journey into the gaming and esports industry, and of course, building the team Velocity. And yes, congratulations, a big one for winning the Sky Esports Pro Invitational, tournament grand champions in a kick-ass best of five, which was thoroughly entertaining. Both the teams played really well, but ultimately Velocity kind of won it, especially coming back from a loss in the first couple of maps, in a sense. So, anyways, what am I going to talk about here today? Today, of course, is also the day when Valorant Champions Tour begins, 31st of August, and we kickstart with the final phase right from the mecca of the Valorant world. It's the Champions, the final event of 2022, which happens in Istanbul, Turkey. And I hope you guys are excited watching this tournament. And one of the reasons why I am now going to be uploading this podcast as Gaming and Esports with Srini is because it may not necessarily come on a Sunday. I'm gonna try and do a lot more episodes, vlogs, and something really exciting that's on the cards pretty soon. So yeah, I definitely am excited about this series, today's match, especially which I think is gonna start at 7:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. But yeah, we will definitely get to see a lot more of Valorant action in the next few weeks. But what's this episode about? Well, it's yet another LAN that I attended a couple of weeks ago, close to Independence Day actually. And that was something really, really exciting in terms of how the event happened. But it was not just a LAN event that I have attended in the last couple of months or few months. It was actually a gaming festival of sorts by the esports club. It's called the TEC Arena, and it also hosted the TEC Challenger Series Grand Finals on the LAN with, I believe, 6 teams competing for the Grand Finals. And that one, however, was won by Enigma Gaming in phenomenal grand style, and they had their own clutches and comebacks and whatnot. So yeah, I think today's episode is going to be exciting because you'll get to understand how esports and specifically gaming is thriving and the kind of audiences that come for these events. And for me, it was a one of a kind in a long, long while to attend a gaming and esports festival in a sense. It's pretty much like Comic Con, but the whole event with the tournament and with some more exciting opportunities that the audience got was something far interesting in terms of, if you are a gaming fan or a aficionado of sorts. So yeah, what was this whole event about? And I'm going to work on an article, of course, which is in the works, and that will give you more in-depth insights about the business and the brand and the marketing side of things and how it was organized. But today I'm going to just share my journey and how excited I was and what kind of a phenomenal experience I had. If we are lucky, I might probably make a mashup of the event with a few videos and pictures and sort of like a short reel, maybe. Yeah. So this specific event was very good in its own because there was a thorough, full experience of being part of the gaming industry and not just watching an esports tournament, right? Thousands of people, more than a couple of thousand people showed up in these 3 days on the weekend, Independence Day weekend, so to speak. And everybody was enjoying they had their own ways of enjoying. For some, it was For some it was like coming to watch the tournament. There was also a community Valorant tournament with a prize pool of close to a lakh or over a lakh, where anyone could participate. So there were folks who came there to play Valorant and win that prize pool. Then there were amazing content creators who most people are really, really big fans of. They had meet and greet with those content creators. They could actually talk to them, and these YouTubers and these folks you follow, you got a chance to actually meet all of these guys, with autographs and on their posters. Heck, people even got their shirts autographed, and it was sort of a very good experience for a lot of kids and a lot of folks who are big fans of all these content creators. The whole excitement for the crowd to get to meet their gaming and content creating, influencers, or for that matter, streamers, and interact with them one on one was a wholesome experience for them. But of course, there is also, the Valorant tournament that was running every day, and there were matches, and each of the days, one thing I noticed was each and every single map was going to map 3, the final map. So, what can be better? Like, there can be nothing better for a Valorant or any esports fan to have all the maps come through. And the finals couldn't have a map 5, but all the other games had map 3. So that was, sort of a worth it moment in a sense. And yes, as much as I would have loved to have Global Esports participate, for they are my favorite team, it was still an amazing event because I had the time to hang out with the Global Esports team. We all met so many GE fans who came down to the venue to meet the team, and there were chants of GE fighting and let's go GE all over. And we guys had a lot of interesting time in terms of meeting each other and getting to know each other. Which means, of course, I obviously got to watch the series upfront and enjoyed it without really have to specifically rooting for a team. I was here for great Valorant, and that I got for sure. In fact, one thing that was really exciting in this whole festival and this whole event was cosplays. Not just gaming, but a lot beyond just gaming, right? Like, there were so many amazing cosplays. People dressed as Omen, Killjoy, Brimstone, Mandalorians with the baby Yoda, and there was, it was not restricted only to gaming, and that was exciting. And there were different stalls where people could actually try different games. There were people who were just playing FIFA, and I played The Witcher, and even Doom for that matter. So all of these things were also happening simultaneously. But what was exciting for a lot of people, what I noticed as a interesting thing was, beyond just the tournament and people kind of rooting for their teams, there were people who came for those amazing, quick streamer events, or where streamers were actually playing Valorant, mostly best of one. But there was so much of support for all the favorite streamers, and the crowd was just going berserk. That was very interesting. And barring, of course, the final. Final was exciting because the top two teams in India were playing, VLT and Enigma. There was such a huge roar of chants of their respective teams, like there was Fear the Enigma and Feel the Velocity, or just VLT, VLT, VLT. I was really mesmerized with the support that the teams got. And that experience, I think, was far an experience of its own for me for the first time, because I was seeing a lot of passion and the kind of excitement. In fact, if you guys have recently watched the latest episode, which is on Velocity Gaming's YouTube, there are these chants and these roars in the voice comms of that particular YouTube episode, if you watch it and listen to them carefully. And I'm sure the players must be playing and feeling that excitement right there, right? So it's a great thing to have been part of. While of course Orangutan and Revenant tried their best and had some real good plays. Watching VLT perform in their best form ever and Enigma sort of making a comeback, doing some awesome clutches, not leaving it out till the map 5 and clutching it, or rather taking home the trophy in 4 maps with a 3-1 victory was, madness. And of course, there's always some really exciting stuff happening in terms of, planning for the future and talking about stuff which is beyond just these lands that happen. So, I mean, I think we also had Riot, there supporting and also watching. By now, of course, you guys already know the news about how the next year's 2023 system is going to be really, really boosting the gaming and esports ecosystem across the world, and everybody will get a chance. So I'm really positive and excited about this because it's a win for the entire ecosystem for Valorant, and Riot Games has really, really done well on that front. I mean, this is the end of the season. Next year it's going to be franchise. Fingers crossed for one of the only teams that is most likely, has a chance, Global Esports with franchise. We'll get to know hopefully soon after the champions. But I think this whole experience of attending the TEC Arena and the LAN gave me a good insight in terms of so many people coming down for an event just right off the bat. I mean, now the pandemic is, of course, sort of subdued, and we are getting out. So imagine if there's definitely going to be a future for esports in the country, and I think. That's promising with these kind of events. I did have a chance to talk to Karan, the TC team, some really, really talented and young folks in their team. They're just saying, even Nabu said that this is just the beginning, all right? So I'm excited about how this ecosystem grows with tournament organizers like the Esports Club and many others kind of thriving and pushing and bringing a real amount of excitement for all the people who are part of this industry and who want to really watch and get the best content out there. So I think all in all, it was a very good experience, and hopefully once my article is out, I should put it up in my link tree and you guys can read it on, it'll be on my bios. So yeah, I think the whole experience, like I said, was what I really revered, and I'll cover a lot of that aspect, and mainly because it was audiences, brands, content creators, a whole host of people who are actually considering this as an ecosystem to be professionally involved in and their lives depend on. So, this definitely is an opportunity. These kind of events give that platform, that pedestal for a whole host of people like, who are part of this industry. And I think that's a promising takeaway for me from this whole event. Hope you enjoyed this event, this episode of mine. I definitely am looking to create a lot more content around. For the time being, I think mostly about Valorant with the Valorant Champions Tour kicking off. There'll be something very exciting that I'm working on, and hopefully when that comes on, I'm telling you, that's gonna be the best content that I would have. So wait for a few weeks, or I don't know, sooner than that. And yeah, until then, enjoy the mecca of Valorant esports that begins today. And really hope the Champions Tour is exciting with some of the most amazing matches to come. All right, until I see you again, it's me signing off from Gaming and Esports with Srini.